Hello and welcome Battleforge community. Today I am back with another RPVE replay, and today I can present you the fastest RPVE 10 that was played in Skylords Reborn, like the all-time record, played by Mocaak on this Bandits map that was the map of the month in January. So yeah, let's just get into the replay, see what he did to achieve that beautiful time. And yeah, we see the Forsaken start, double Embalmer Shrine in the backline, that will be relevant later on. And yeah, just walking up, preparing the first camp layer, where you can see like Vanguards, Crossbowmen, Shamans. Not that big of a deal for an RPV 10, but you obviously have to care about this spawner, which is very, very big, and the biggest difference between 10 and 9, obviously. If you kill those units, they will resummon. And they will resummon quite quickly, so you need to make sure that you get rid of the spawner very quickly in this camp clear. So he's preparing all those Forsaken, and what was very difficult on this map, even though I didn't play it myself, but people told me that it is really hard to deal with, is this camp here is quite close to your tier 1. So the second you just touch this camp, waves will spawn obviously, and they will immediately trigger those Shamans, and later on, if you mess up, you might even trigger the entire camp, which will just run down to your tier 1. So you really need to find a way to deal with this. And yeah, you see Forsaken being spawned, you prepare a lot of them, and the Soul Splicer that will be required to grant the sustain upon engaging. And I think now he is summoning this Forsaken squad forward and allowing him to trigger the wave, and also just tanking up a little bit damage with them, motivating this dazed squad because it obviously doesn't have the full damage compared to the other ones. 3 Forsaken go to the left, immediately taking down the spawner, while the other ones are staying in range of the Soul Splicer, getting healed up so he doesn't lose them. And also these ones taking a little bit of extra damage, getting rid of those Shamans. In the meantime, you can see this is the wave that is coming. Already those 2 Shamans who walked up with them to heal them up, to sustain them and attack this tier 1 orb. He's ignoring this entirely, because if you attack these Shamans at any given point, this camp will also start sending down waves, which makes it even more complicated. So he is taking this position here with a power well, frenzying those Forsaken, and still ignoring this camp here, while clearing out this Archer squad. But this one stays alive. This is very important, because this also comes down from wave. From down here, he tracked this Archer squad, made sure it stays alive, so this wave does not resummon. Obviously something you don't want to deal with. Yeah, so you can see this orb is almost down, but those Forsaken made it in time. They clear down those footmen and also took the aggro of the crossbowmen. In the meantime, he took tier 2. So now he attacks the Shamans, but since these units like spawned after he took the tier 2, they will be redirected and attack this position immediately. So it was important to take tier 2 before the power wells, also not that much of a delay, because it also enables him to get this resource boosters down early. You obviously play double shadow when speedrunning an RPV1, because it's the most efficient way. Resource boosters are just outvaluing everything by a very wide margin, so always will go pure shadow in tier 1, tier 2, regardless of the structure you're facing. So now you can see the waves that got redirected to the tier 2, and he is using the Shadow Phoenix to get rid of them. Obviously, those embalmers being prepared to make sure the corpses they gather are getting like tripled, like even a little bit more than that. So they always resurrect if you micromanage them properly. So he also flies just in front of those crossbowmen here with the Phoenixes to make sure that they attack them. And he can soak up a little bit of damage. They will crash dive anyways. It doesn't matter to the Phoenix if he takes damage, but it matters if this damage goes down to the orbs and wells. You definitely do not want to lose that. So double crash dive here with the activation of the Embalmer's Shrine. He tried to delay this for as much as he can, so he can just play a third Phoenix and engage this one. This is a very, very nice strategy here. Really well executed. And now he's just crash diving onto this bandit tent. The second he does that, this wave respawns, so a lot of units go down with the Embalmer's Shrine. Obviously, all 3 are getting resurrected. And in the meantime, he is trying to repair the orb and playing one Forsaken squad, while maintaining the Phoenix micro here to clear the camp. Yeah, this wave obviously needs to be dealt with. And now he's just making sure he's microing the Phoenixes a little bit, so he can crash dive and clear the wave with 2 of them. Like, very, very well done. Well, this one already in position, not crash diving immediately, but waiting until this archer squad here is on top of them. So he can clear all 3 with 1 hit. The second those archers see the Phoenix, they will obviously start attacking it. So you really need to be careful with the way you micro them. But yeah, this early game perfectly executed. And you see the tier 3, Nature being played. And yeah, Phoenix crash dive. This one was targeting the wave, so it doesn't go through, and he doesn't need to deal with them, because those Forsaken had to walk up to take the orb spot. That is also getting attacked by a wave. These incomes can be pretty annoying to deal with. As you can see, like the respawns here, and one of the footmen already got away. But the most important part, all Phoenixes still alive, always resurrecting, only binding the 60 power in those Embalmer's Shrines. So tier 3 is finished, and he is using that to build up Cultist Masters and a Furnace of Flesh and the Breeding Grounds. So he's just using one of the Cultist Masters, because you usually want to play the other ones after finishing the Breeding Grounds. And obviously the Furnace of Flesh not ready to kind of cycle in the void immediately. And yeah, while he's dealing with the wave and at tier 2 and tier 3, those Phoenixes are attacking this camp here, like clearing most of the army. Probably needs 1 extra crash dive to get rid of the Bandit Bouncer here, but that's not that big of a deal. So he's killing this Cultist Master here, because he now can, first of all, build the MM Monument on the top at his tier 1, and also resummon Cultist Masters over here at his Breeding Grounds, because then they will just bind 45 power instead of the usual 60. Very important, because those Cultist Masters are supposed to stay alive until the end of the game, so they are not recycling the void. So essentially they just will be 15 power cheaper forever and just boost up the run entirely. Yeah, you can see this. In the meantime, yeah, won't need to keep track of those Phoenixes. Also, just making sure those Embalmer activations always come in time while dealing with the Voids management. Preparing the tier 4 with the MA, crash diving again, finishing this clear. Now he's at 240 power, so the Enlightenment will be played very soon. He's probably keeping those Cultist Masters, so he needs to wait, obviously, because he wants to play the Battle with the Enlightenment. Requires 300 power, and in the meantime he's just crash diving, takes down another camp with those Phoenixes. It's still the same 3. Now he played the Enlightenment, played a rotation of Cultist Master crawlers to get the Void Refund, 300 power, getting the reduction at the Breeding Grounds, so now he can destroy this breeding and also get the Void back from this one. And this Batarial obviously will stay alive until the end of the game. 3 Phoenixes being played again, like, was enough to clear like 5 camps in total. In the meantime, Batarial helping to clear out the waves that were coming, and it doesn't need to go immediately, because he obviously waits for the MM Monument here to swap towards fire. You always use the MM Monument to do the orb swap, because it is void power that is used for this instead of total power. Yeah, very important. So now he's warping in, making sure he's playing a Frenetic onto the Bandit Artillery to not get hit by the Gunner and the knockback, making sure this Batarial burns, and like this camp is cleared entirely. In the meantime, still microing all those Phoenixes here. It's hard to keep track of it, like it's just so well played. Yeah, he's just walking to the next camp, warping in, Frenetic Assault, again, making sure this Gunner does not hit the Batarial, because this knockback would delay the clear. Camp is gone. Very well done. Also just added a little bit of extra Cultist Masters to maximize his void income. If you offset the crawler kills, you can manage 5 Cultist Masters with 1 Furnace of Flesh. And now you see the Aquatic Twins. Batard is not supposed to get hit by them, because then he will deal 50% of less damage, like forever. And yeah, needs the Disenchant to remove this effect. And now played an Infect, obviously, which enables him to attack these twins without getting hit again, because like that would be the worst case, obviously. Getting this permanent debuff down to the Batarial would be very bad. Forces another Disenchant, but yeah, very clear here. And a lot of units are coming in, and those 3 Phoenixes still alive, still helping him to deal with this wave and enable his camp clears here. Unfortunately, getting seat on top here, disenchant coming in a little late, but regardless, this port again beautiful. And you can see that hitting everything with this Batarial Aura, this is just crazy. Like, this is crazy. Like, this camp just melted down within a few seconds again. Now he's using Frenetic down here to get rid of this huge wave income. The Cultist Master is obviously helping there. Probably another reason why I want 5 around this area. And yeah, he's using this chant here to not get affected by the Wind Hunters. Since the Frenetic was in cooldown, it was not available here for this camp. Also using the Infect, because this was a bigger camp, so the Batarial Aura cannot hit everything at once. So the remaining stuff is just getting killed by the Crawlers. So he just has the fast-paced way of engaging this camp. Like, you can see, like, always capped at the power limit, always relying on the cycling of Void Power with the Cultist Masters. Very important here, obviously. To micromanage this all the time. Unfortunately, the Batarial did not have the cleanest engagement here in this last camp, which delayed it, but this beautiful port kind of fixed it, because now it's in a great position, hitting the spawner with the aura damage again, everything burns down. Unfortunately, a small respawn here, but that's not that big of a deal. But yeah, this camp clear, very important to to make sure all of this dies. I think he lost a few seconds here. If you play the super clean this last camp, you can be a little fast. And I think when he sent me this replay, he also said like he was a little bit disappointed because even though it was a great run, it was the fastest run. He had the chance to be a little bit faster. He probably wanted to go for this sub 11 run, but nevertheless, amazing replay. Fastest game that we had in an RPV 10 so far. So. Yeah, I'm really happy to share this replay with you because it was an amazing performance. I really hope you enjoyed watching this one. And yeah, thank you for joining me for this replay, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.